dexterity and charisma. So he's obviously not very seductive in his movements with his actual dancing, but he needs to get. Let me just call up his sheet because it'll be on here. His dance skill is 22. So he rolls his dice. He gets 43. So he starts to dance and his foot lands in the barely cooked lamb on the table, and he slips and sort of like comes crashing down, and there's beer and tankards going all over the place, and nothing to do with you, Cyrus, at all, but one of the tankards sort of like flies over and hits somebody else, and that person, this sort of like noble person, sort of like gets up and said, "How dare you! You have spoiled my favourite crimson vest! How dare you! I demand that I have that you, what is it called when I demand for..."
I demand a jewel.
Yeah, what do they...
I demand for recompense.
Yeah, a recompense for this.
Yes.
I demand satisfaction. That's what I was looking for. I demand satisfaction. A dance-off, yeah. and somebody else gets onto the dance, and they sort of like... And the floor starts to light up. And these...
If I have to, I don't mind using shove on a random chair at a random person to kind of, light things up a bit.
Yeah, and it's really interesting because somebody gets up and then the other guards come to the guards' place, and Hazra, you suddenly notice that there's a huge commotion after one side, and Hengist, you notice that, some of your lady friends at your table are sort of like hunkering next to you and say, "Oh, please, Hengist, please protect us from this bruteness." And there seems to be an almost like fight starting, and just cast your shove spell. Yeah, I'm just interested whether or not you need to lose a magic point for me. So use your folk magic spell. So you sort of like shove a chair out the way, and somebody falls over.
No,
it.
I want to essentially. Yeah, or that, I guess that works.
Yeah, because it'll just slide along the floor. It's not telekinesis, so you can't sort of like, yeah, there goes a chair, there goes another chair. It's not like Gene Carey or anything like that. So, so things sort of knock over. And there seems to be a bit of a rumpus going on. Hengist, you've got your lady friends. You're sort of like, "Protect us, Hengist, please protect us." And you're sort of, "Stand behind me, ladies." And Bartleby, what are you doing?
Bartleby's trying to stay out of the mess. He's probably like pressing himself up against the wall.
Yeah,
chair pushed back.
And sort of like thinking, "Oh, good grief!"
Oh no, this is getting out of control now.
And Hazra, what you can see this happening. It's a perfect distraction.
I know. Hazra's going to be moving upstairs.
Yeah, okay then. So you go upstairs, and quite naturally there's a bit of a noise down here. So people are coming down the stairs. You to sort of like see what's happening, and you sort of like get out of their way as they sort of like come down to see the excitement. And so everybody is round, and what I would like you all to do is that I need you to do a blind roll for me. Okay, so it should be... If you click on your if you click on your token, there should be a blind roll button. And you need to roll... Thank you. I've got...
Oh, this is that. That took all the fun out of it.
Just so you know... So I'm just waiting for Cyrus's, and then I'm done.
I didn't do it? Oh, thought I did it.
I did, hang on. No, that's it. Yeah, right. I've got everyone's now. Okay, then let me just check against my notes. That's Hazra 02.
No.
Bartleby 104.
Wait.
Okay.
I got a crit. You didn't.
Okay then. So I am now trusting to your role-playing abilities at this point. Okay, so as this barroom brawl starts, Hazra, you hear this, but don't necessarily see it. Okay, but I'm not going to get you to turn your mic off or anything like that because
I can do if you want.
No.
I'm a child.
And
like Cyrus.
yeah, and what you notice, two things that you all notice, and Bartleby, I'll tell you what you see a little bit later on, okay? And all of a sudden, everybody seems to stop, because there's a voice, and the voice is quite lyrical. The voice is quite gentle. The voice is quite listenable. And even you, Hazra, up the stairs, hear this voice and think, who the F is that? And you notice that in the, just at the bottom of the stairs, here is a man. And he sort of like stands there and he barely raises his voice at all. And he says, gentlemen and ladies. And everybody seems to stop and pay attention to him. And he, you know, Hazra, you hear his voice and think, who is that? And turn around and just sort of like peep around the corner, and then I know that you can see what's actually here. He doesn't know that you're there. And he sort of like says, gentlemen, ladies, there is no need for this. And you notice that everybody stops, and the girls, Hengist, slowly detach themselves from you, and they sort of like look at this man and sort of like smile and blush slightly, and the guards sort of like say, oh yeah, and they help each other up, and the person who had picked up a chair sort of goes, oh yeah, and sort of like puts it down, and somebody sort of like says, no, you take it, no, you take it, and everybody seems to settle down, and the guy turns round to you all and says, please settle down, everyone. We have guests, and we have an important guest. And he gestures over to the door, and you all sort of like look round the to see, and everybody's very captivated by this, and even you are captivated by it. And you turn round and you see walking through the door and walking up to the gentleman, and I don't know if you recognize her token, but in walks Harmony Lee. She is dressed in the most finest of clothes. She seems to be 100% well. She, if anything, Hengist, you look at her and think she maybe looks even better than what she looked before. Just roll for me. It's just a hard perception roll. Hengist. Yeah,
there you go.
You think she just looks stunning. She literally looks stunning. And you know what sort of character this person is, but you're just amazed. And the guy sort of like turns around and says, ladies and gentlemen, I would like you to meet my new partner in crime. May I present to you the lady, Harmony Lee. And she sort of like bows gently like this, and there's a faint ripple of applause, and the girls around you, Hengist, says, oh, I wish I could look, to be as good as her, and one of the guards leans over to you, Bartleby, and says, He's just fantastic, isn't he? That's the guy you were asking about. That is the owner of the sniffling boar. That's Christoph. And we will leave the adventure there